Just to begin our cast today, I have something to tell you, Timothy, right now.
Ooh, a gift.
Are you ready? Well, not really a gift. It's a message. John Wick 3 Parabellum, Rocket Man, Ma, Godzilla, Booksmart, Pokemon Detective Pikachu, A Dog's Journey, Avengers Endgame. All of the movies I just listed. Can you find out any correlation with what I just told you?
I mean...
They're all movies we could have seen instead of watching Aladdin like we did today. So here we go, folks. Another good old fun game of E.T. of Aladdin.
I was going to say, well, all of them, they're very similar in the fact that they make me want to jump off a cliff, but, except for Avengers Endgame. But.
Well, what are you going to do? So I'm announcing this right now publicly, in case you're wondering. This is going to be Drew and Timothy and Drew's Summer of E.T. So we're making the promise right now, off the cuff, because I didn't tell Timothy about this beforehand. We're going to see every single movie this summer. Maybe not every one, but we're going to review as many as we can and play E.T. with as many as we can.
I was just about to say, are you rich? Because I'm not.
Maybe we'll wait for dollar theater for some of them, but yes. So, sweet, in case you're wondering, we can play a game of E.T. for every movie we hate and we watch together, where basically it stands for every time. For example, in this movie, for Aladdin 2019, so every time someone says the word lamp, I mark it down with Roman tally marks or whatever it's called. So in this movie, lamp, prince, princess, all those words we accounted for, and I tried my best to account for, there were a lot of them, and we also bet and gamble which one about how many times it's going to appear in that movie. So, for example, Timothy guessed that, that the word lamp would be said at least 87 times, and I guessed it would be 61 times. And, if there was a number in the middle of what it was, then I win versus you win, and we do it section by section, and it's awesome.
Actually, we've done it. You have to get it exactly right to win.
Exactly. We do play it that way?
Yeah, we play it that way.
No,
you got to get exactly
That's impossible.
Right. Exactly.
What? No.
Here's the thing. We never actually even keep that accountable with it, because we normally end up getting really deep into insulting the movie.
Yeah,
so we really never follow through.
But yes, so Aladdin 2019. So here's a good question to start off this cast. How do you feel about all these constantly rebooted Disney movies? So let's just recap, shall we? We've had a live-action Jungle Book and a Netflix original called
Never saw
Mowgli.
that, by the way.
We've had Dumbo.
Did we really? There was a real-life Dumbo?
Yeah, a few months ago. Tim Burton directed
goodness.
it, maybe. Really weird. And then I remember a guy had one arm in it. That's all I remember from Dumbo. I haven't watched it. I just saw a trailer and I clicked off.
I didn't even know that was a real movie. Oh my gosh.
And I have the slate right here for all the upcoming Disney movies.
I know Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, yes, of course. Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, all those kind of reboots and all the kind of...
They haven't done Sleeping Beauty.
Live action.
Thank goodness.
Sleeping Beauty is barely a poem that they turned into an hour-long movie in the 70s, though.
I love Sleeping Beauty. That's my
What?
favorite
Get
right there.
outta
Besides
here.
Beauty and the Beast, Sleeping Beauty is my favorite.
Mine's
What do you-
Mulan, because I love equal representation.
You had to go there.
I don't know, man.
Wait. Actually, honestly, was it actually your favorite?
Mulan?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Are you
my favorite Disney movie, favorite princess movie, or what are you talking about here?
favorite movie, Disney movie?
I don't know. I can't.
Mulan was your favorite.
Not Mulan. I don't know.
I actually still haven't seen it, so I don't
You
know.
haven't seen Mulan?
Never.
It's a classic.
I also haven't seen Pocahontas.
So, just
I
generally.
probably should. I feel kind of bad now.
Well, you are. It's definitely something. So explain how do you feel about all these reboots, Timothy?
I mean, they'll never be as good as the originals. That's all you can say about it. Like, the actors, for some of them, I've been like, you got pretty close there. You weren't too far off. But, my main thing is, who do you cast? You've got to cast someone who's at least similar to it. Some they've done a good job. Some not so much.
Hey, we need a guy to be Tarzan. That guy's got abs. Doesn't make with that guy.
Yeah.
There was a live action of Tarzan too, wasn't there? Samuel L. Jackson probably.
No, not Samuel L. Jackson.
He was definitely in it.
Well, he may have been in it, but he wasn't Tarzan.
Yeah, I want to see Samuel Jackson as Tarzan.
No, but
this is generally you don't like the reboots that much. They obviously can't live up to the original.
I think one of my good friends, he said it best. It's just a cash grab. It's just a quick cash grab. They're not trying to make these
trilogy. Or,
yeah, they're not trying to make
wise.
these. Yeah, but they're not trying to make these fantastic movies that we're going to remember for the rest of time. we're going to remember the original.
Because the stories have already been told.
Exactly. So I mean, honestly, they're just trying to get some more money. That's all it is. That's all these movies are.
It's, in my opinion, it's just a shame because it's just such an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
Because think about it, like every movie comes out in the next like year and a half. Think about it, like what are original? Because people say like, oh, I want to see an original movie, an IP, intellectual property, and then like, did you ever hear the movie like John Carter or
I've heard about it.
what was it, Jupiter Ascending?
Oh yeah.
So like that movie's not based on a book, it's not based on anything, and that was trash. So it's very strange for us to be like, we want new intellectual property, we want something new, and then someone like Jupiter Ascending, which is bad in the first place, and we're like, this sucks. And
yeah. But then they change it, and it's like
change the originals.
Yeah. They change the originals. It's like, I know you're trying to make it different, but it doesn't need to be different. The movie, first of all, Aladdin. If there's three things I love, it's the Fox and the Hound, it's Aladdin, and it's the Garfield show. No, I'm joking.
Is that Disney?
Garfield's not it. It's I love the Fox and the Hound.
All right.
And I love Aladdin. I love Aladdin. Like, it's my favorite story.
Yeah. So
hearing they were coming out with the real one, I was like, no.
That's just that's. I feel like that's all the internet sighs be like a sigh. That's how people would react to most of these things. Because
except for Dora the Explorer.
I can't wait to see that.
I was pumped for that. Honestly.
I'm pumped. I want to see Tomb Raider where it's actually good. Actually good, you know.
Yeah, I want to see Tomb Raider where it's a woman. Thank goodness, you know.
Well, we did see that in like last year, but it was really bad because it had Alicia Vidanker, whatever her last name is.
Oh, really?
But going back to all this stuff, it seems impossible to make a live action version of a movie that came out in the 90s, because then you have the lame questions of like, oh, who's this movie even bloody for? Or is it for the millennials, or is it because people will like the titles of trailers or stuff like time for the classic retelling of Aladdin to a new generation. I'm like, it's on Netflix probably. It's not like it's a stone tablet they're making into visual format.
And I mean, the thing is, little kids are gonna like the cartoon or the animated original ones anyways, you know? Like, they're not gonna like this until you hit 18 or something and you're like, that was my past. Oh, what a beautiful moment. And that's like
nostalgia, whatever. Because
all I get coming out of this movie is like, wow, my life's really lame. I wish I lived in Persia or whatever, where they live. And
very vague Arab country. So like, you know, original Aladdin came out in 1992. So that means like my sister, I don't know, like 30-year-olds.
Wait, really?
1992. So that was like a bunch of years ago. I can't do math. But
really,
if it was that long ago, like, it's not like, I guess it's made for parents to take their kids to it again and stuff, but it's definitely a weird choice, but it's a safe choice, which I hate, you know, because like for example, I'm okay with like Disney making Tangled or something cool like that, where it's kind of a good spin on it. But it's so strange for them to play it safe. It's so boring too, because like Disney Pixar did Inside Out in 2015. Did you ever like Inside Out? Did you ever see it or anything?
It's the one with the emotions in it.
Leslie
I
Knope
saw it.
and
I mean,
Bill Hader.
It wasn't bad, but I mean,
the thing is, like with something like Inside Out, it's so original, new, fresh, innovative. I mean, it's not Pulp Fiction, but then the last like 5 Pixar movies have been, it's Finding Nemo 2, it's Invincibles 2, Incredibles 2, it's Toy Story 4. Like, Pixar should be making crazy new stories every single year, instead of making, hey, it's Cars 6 or whatever, you know?
But the problem with that is then they come out with like the Emoji Movie. It's like
that wasn't Disney. That was not Disney.
No, it wasn't. Was it not?
It was like lame DreamWorks probably.
Really?
It was not Disney. I know that for sure.
I thought it was.
Because
I don't know why I thought it was Disney.
Because like they make Wreck-It Ralph, you know, which was pretty original. Like
Wreck-It Ralph was good.
And like.
Then they came out with Wreck-It Ralph Destroys the Internet or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like, what the heck is this?
It's so strange to me. They just keep playing it safe. I mean, it's good. It's good. I mean, it'll make money. You know what I mean? But like,
that's all they care about. They could literally care less about our feelings. They just know. Okay, let's see. Cinderella. Girls want to be a princess. They're past. We can make a few $1 million off of this crap.
Convert to live action, make her punch a man in the face, and that represents feminism in this age, and sweet. Slap a new sticker on it.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, they kind of fulfill, like, everyone. So, like, you know, more, you know, I hate to say, like,
Do it.
First of all, they add the feminist part.
Whoa,
And,
easy, Timothy.
I mean, but it's not. I mean, I didn't see a whole lot in this Aladdin movie.
Well,
Personally,
we'll talk
there
about
there
that.
was a few, but I
Easy,
didn't
Ben
see
Shapiro.
a whole lot in this movie. But they add that in, but then they also give the Aladdin factor, which is what a lot of other people love. So really, you kind of win it both ways, except for someone like me who's like, why did the traditionalist who's like, why in the heck did the original have to be changed? There was no call for this.
Yeah, it's just
I don't know if that's a traditionalist. I'm just like, why did the original have to be
you just hate
changed?
change, don't you?
No, I hate turning something that's good into something different. Yeah, if
I
it's
agree.
good, don't change
Yeah.
it.
I agree. Aladdin is feminist propaganda. We're shutting down the podcast. No,
I
but
don't think I
but you're
ever
right.
said-
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But also applies to like, hey, let's just make another Aladdin. You know, like
Yeah.
it's good. There's no reason to remake Star Wars Episode 8. You know, and like it's weird because Star Wars nerds get reboots such as Star Wars Episode 7, where it's like a new story, new characters.
Yeah.
But like in this movie, Aladdin, it's just the same story told over again. So if it was a reboot Aladdin where it's Aladdin's son whose name Paladin, that would be awesome because it's like, oh, it's a reboot
And it's not thrilling. None of these movies are thrilling
We kn-
because
we-
you know what's going to happen.
we know how it ends. It's beat
Yeah.
by beat. I mean, there's some new things here and there, but like, I mean, I guess it's the same as like making a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Like it's a little different sometimes, but it's mostly the same.
I mean, the only thing I was completely shocked at is when that, what's it, Razu or whatever? When the parrot turns into the big...
Iago.
yeah, when he turns into the big, oh my goodness, that big monster or something.
That was pretty sweet.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
Oh, it was pretty sweet. I was like, oh, thank goodness, they actually thought of something original for once.
We're
but-
going full spoilers, by the way. This is going to be released after I edit this for all the swears and stuff, so don't worry about it.
We're not actually cursing it.
Bloody, where aren't we? Aren't we now? But sweet. So we'll get right into it, I guess, because I'm just going to say real quickly all the upcoming Disney movies. So just so I can give you some audible
Don't
groans.
tell me. I'm just going to start crying
We
right
got
here.
Toy Story 4 coming soon.
goodness.
The Lion King.
Is that real life?
Lion King's live action, quote unquote live action, but
But it's Toy Story.
Toy Story's. No, what? Toy Story?
Is Toy Story going to be live action?
No, it's gonna be live action.
Thank goodness.
What would live action be? The Lion King, which is gonna be weird live action, but with weird CGI animals. The Lion King is pointless because it's CGI animals. It's
Yeah, that's stupid.
It's like, hey, what if the original Lion King from 2000 whatever was black and white? It's like,
Obviously, this time Simba is going to be a woman. I think it's pretty clear.
what are you talking? You are losing it. It's gonna be Don Glover, obviously.
No, Kevin Spacey all the way.
Yeah, Space Master.
If Kevin Spacey ends up in that Lion King movie, I will watch it 10
I will
times
definitely
over.
watch it. It's to support the old Space Master. Just kidding. He's a terrible bloke. Moving on.
Yeah.
Jungle Cruise, starring Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt. Apparently, Jungle Cruise is like a thing from Disney, like a Disney ride in Disney World or something.
Wait. They're making a Disney ride into a movie? I thought you made a movie and then made a Disney ride.
Well, also there was the Tomorrowland from Disney World, and they made a movie about Tomorrowland starring Brad Pitt or whatever his name is from Catch-22.
Tomorrowland?
Tomorrowland was
I thought it was that
Tomorrowland was a movie.
little girl movie. Or
nope.
am I? Oh, no, that's an Age of Time or a Piece and
A Wrinkle of Time, a
a
Drinkle in Time,
I don't know.
a Tinkle in Time.
I have no idea.
So we got Jungle Cruise, we got Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Wait. Maleficent? Didn't they already make a live action?
They
one?
already did, but they're making a second one no one wants. That's kind of strange.
Wait, now that Maleficent was the live action of Sleeping Beauty, so I actually take that back.
What do you know?
They just made it a different name.
And
So
really, isn't Jonalina Jolene? What's her name?
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie as the
She's the witch.
Mrs. Maleficent.
Wait, so is it Maleficent 2?
Maleficent, Mistress of Evil.
Yeah, it's the second one.
Wow.
I never saw the first one.
That's dumb.
Thank-
Frozen
thank
2. Yeah, I guess.
But Frozen's not going to be live action, is it?
No, but I'm just saying the
Thank
upcoming
goodness.
Disney movies, though.
Oh, okay, upcoming.
Did you hear Disney Onward? Did you see the teaser for that? The new Chris Pratt, Tom Holland movie, Onward. Did you see the trailer for that at all? Or
Wait, Chris Pratt and Tom Holland?
they're animated. They're in an animated movie about like the magic world, but in the real world, it's like
So is it like that?
that Will Smith movie? Called, what was it called? It was called like East of Watch or something, or
Oh
it's
my
called.
gosh.
But yeah, Onward. That's gonna be animated. So Onward is original. It looks like, which is nice because I want Disney to do more original stuff. I don't want to see Wreck-It Ralph 3. But moving on, Mulan. They're gonna make that live action.
Whoa. You
What,
don't want to see Wreck-It Ralph 3?
No, because I want something original.
Yeah, I got to see the first one first.
Mulan live action. Artemis Fowl, which sounds like a lame book.
Artemis Fowl. They're doing a movie off a book.
Probably, I don't know.
Oh,
Indiana
gosh.
Jones 5, if Harrison Ford doesn't die in a plane crash in the next 6 months. Did you hear about that? Harrison Ford loves two things. He loves feathered earrings, and he loves getting in plane crashes. Because he wants to be a pilot, but he's apparently a really bad pilot.
Wait. He's going to make another... Isn't he 80?
He's really old, yeah.
How is he going to do another Indiana Jones
CGI? I
They're,
don't know.
they're probably like, hey, Harrison, listen, bud. If this movie kills you, we'll make you rich, honestly.
If he's dead?
Yeah, exactly. It's a trick. It's one of those tricks you put in someone's contract. It's like slipping a drug into someone's drink. It's like
They gave him
it's like you make him feel
a
like
literary roofie.
you make him feel like, ooh, yeah, this is a good one until bad stuff
He
happens.
dies, and then you pay him a bunch of money, his corpse.
Yeah, well, no, you give a bunch of money to his daughter. Whatever.
Cool beans. So we've dilly-dallied enough here. But yeah, Disney has been kind of lame in the
Or he
past.
dies and you make all the money because you get the cash grab.
Sweet. Get his
Contract's over once you die.
CGI him in Star Wars. Do whatever you want. He's dead now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Disney has been really weird. I'm not going to see Lion King. Why would I? I've already seen the animated version. But
I would rather fall in love with a vegan than watch The Lion
It's
King.
very oddly specific. Maybe it'll happen in your future. But yeah, so I'm not really excited for most of Disney what it has to offer, except for like Star Wars, which is probably going to be bad or moderately good. So sweet, but I'm not super familiar with Aladdin, the movie we're going to talk about today. So, but you've seen Aladdin a bunch of times, the animated version?
Aladdin is my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, no, like legit. I can watch the animated version on a continuous loop the rest of my life.
Wow, sweet. It's like your main go-to Disney movie.
Yeah,
right?
if you ask me, hey, you want to watch a Disney movie, I would say throw every other CD away, pull out Aladdin, let's watch it the rest of our lives. They can fully understand when I come from it, and I say I was not thrilled when they said we are coming out with the live action.
Oof.
A lot of people think the opposite. They're like, they're making a live action. Thank goodness. I'm like, why? Why are you doing this?
Just why? Just to make money.
Why?
Make money.
Yeah,
That's
to
their
make
idea.
money, but it's frustrating. It's like, no,
It's
don't ruin this.
It's that annoying thing too, because like, do you want to make it a new story and people get upset that, hey, this isn't my Aladdin, or do you want to make it exactly the same? And everyone argues, well, why make it at all?
Let us keep our dreams. If you're gonna destroy us with these other movies, let us, keep our dream movies. Don't ruin them for us. But they had to. They had to ruin it.
And
they did
money.
it. They did it.
They did it.
ruined
They
it.
definitely. Well, we'll talk about Aladdin 2019.
I gotta go wash my eyes out with the original
Really?
Aladdin CD. Honestly,
It might really hurt. But I gotta say, like, I was expecting just to trash this, to just be like a Dumbo 2 sequel, but I really like this Aladdin movie.
it wasn't bad.
It was okay.
It wasn't bad. I'm saying they ruined the original because they changed it. It didn't need changing.
Yeah, you can see it that way. I mean,
I can see it that way. No,
I'll allow it.
I watched this and I was like, it's not good. It's not good compared to this movie.
yeah, because it's like you said, comparing anything to anything is not good.
Yeah, exactly.
Like comparing the girlfriend I had to the girlfriend I'll never have again, I'll be like, this is bad.
And it's like
I'm lonely.
It's like you said, when something's not broken, you don't need to fix it. But you do want to if you can make it better. The problem is you can't make these movies better. Just stop.
And it's a weird tarnish on the franchise where it's like, oh, yeah, I love Aladdin. And they're like, oh, you must have loved Aladdin in the movie. And Timothy turns around and drinks a bottle of whiskey. He's like, no, that movie ruined my life.
Yeah. And the casting.
That
was pitiful.
Let's talk about Aladdin. So let's talk about the main guy, Aladdin himself. I have no idea what the actor's name is. Seems like a nice guy. I like how everyone's like, looks like they're from Arabia or wherever Agrabah's from, except that weird just Caucasian maid that was with Jasmine the whole time. That's kind of weird.
There were a few people that were like, these people don't look Arabic. But I was like, who cares?
I mean,
at this point, you've ruined it, so who cares?
Will Smith doesn't either, but what are you gonna do? But also, just
Arabs can be black.
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe,
I haven't been-
possibly. I don't know.
I haven't been to Arabia.
Me either.
Is Arabia a continent or is it like an area?
Wait, no, it's like a people group.
Oh, gotcha.
I'm pretty sure.
By the way, on Rotten Tomatoes, Aladdin got a 56 on Rotten Tomatoes by the critics, but
Did it really?
but an audience score of 94.
Of course it did.
So an audience
Of
score
course
means
it
nothing.
did. Audience, if the audience says it's good, and then I always try and pay attention to the critics.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, what are they there for if you're not going to listen to them? So that's actually a fair rating, 56%.
It's pretty fair. Yeah.
I get that.
Like,
That's a fair rating.
it's the same thing like Batman vs Superman. Like it's got like a 3, but then like the audience score is like, oh,
Yeah.
it's a 65. It's not that
Yeah,
bad.
they
Like
were- the
there's a
audience
difference
score
there,
was
yeah.
65%. Yeah, no, because
Mhm.
that involves a lot of people who, I mean, let's just be real. The audience score involves a lot of women,
Whoa.
a lot of young girls who were like, oh,
I love this.
no, who were like, oh, wow, Aladdin, he's so hot. Well, not a critique or a critic, but I look at it, I'm like, wow, he was a bad casting choice for this movie.
Ooh.
He was.
Here is the critical consensus. Aladdin retells its classic source material story with sufficient spectacle and skill, even if it never approaches the dazzling splendor of the animated original. And
Amen.
the animated original got a 94 on Rotten Tomatoes from just the critics,
Thank
and
goodness.
a 92% on audience score. So somehow Aladdin 2019 got 2% more than the audience score of 1992.
But it just shows you how much more I trust the critics, because 94%. I mean, shoot, I'd give the animated version 100%. It was a lot better just because you can add so much more. First of all, the genie I actually didn't mind Will Smith in this. He definitely
Ooh.
wasn't bad. But of course, I mean, I'd prefer, the original.
Robin Williams.
But,
You can't ever stop. And another one of these sad things about these reboots or whatever, not reboots, just retelling, is that like you can't get the original cast back because some people aren't
Exactly.
gone, and you can't ever make up for like you can't just CGI Carrie Fisher in the next Star Wars movie.
Amen.
Oh wait, they did. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I mean, I totally understand that, but in that case, you got to get someone who's good enough to replace the next person in line. And my problem with Aladdin was, listen, was he a good-looking guy? Yes, but that's all he was.
Whoa.
His acting was pretty pitiful, which is why I like the animated version better, because I don't have to particularly worry about the acting. I gotta just listen to the voice, because the animation will do that itself.
Yeah.
His acting was all right. His dancing looked, I mean, he obviously looked like he had a stunt
double, yeah.
doing
I mean,
all
there's
that
some sweet
stuff.
moves in there.
Yeah, but it looked stunt double. You
Yeah.
couldn't really see his face during all of it.
Question.
So congratulations to the stunt double,
so-
because you were actually good. So.
You would not like to apologize to Minna Masood personally
apologize for what?
for hating his
think
role?
I think he was just a bad casting choice.
He was okay.
And first of all, I said it before the movie. I said this guy does not look like who I would picture Aladdin being. Doesn't look like him at all. And I was like, this is too different. Now, Naomi Scott as Jasmine, yes, that was a good choice. She's got a great voice. She did a good job with it.
How come you know her name, her real name?
Because
but
she
not
was in
Aladdin?
Lemonade Mouth.
Oh, Lemonade Mouth.
Did you never see that?
I saw Lemonade
She
Mouth.
was also in the Power Rangers,
Go. Yes, I did remember
which I'm going to be real. I didn't like, but I watched, and I was like,
that. Eh.
I was like, I
She's
don't
pretty.
hate it. I don't hate it, but
She's not terrible looking. I'm just kidding. She's pretty
terrible. No, she's gorgeous. But
gorgeous.
yeah, no, she did a pretty good job. I mean, her voice was,
What did you think? You are a choir man. How did you think of the singing in this movie?
okay. Will Smith surprised me. I didn't think he was that good of a singer. I mean, he was good, but he was not like.
It sounded pretty auto-tuned or whatever.
All right.
Well, I don't
Here's
even know
the
what
thing.
auto-tune is.
I have just thrown away when someone uses auto-tune, because everyone uses auto-tune. When you say, oh, it sounded heavily auto-tuned, just know a really good singer is probably using it too. So, yes, it is
Just
heavily auto-tuned.
I can just tell when it sounds
And-
fake, you know?
And you could tell Aladdin, he was fake.
Yeah.
His singing, so robotic. Like, that was terrible. I remember the first song he
Street
started.
rat.
He started
Scoundrel,
singing.
take that.
Yeah, he started singing, and it was like, oh my gosh, I can't even describe it. So cringy. The first word I heard him sing, I was like, Oh no.
It's
Oh no.
it's also weird because in an animated version in 1992, it's okay to see like an animated person doing a backflip while singing. But when you're seeing a real person do like quote unquote real parkour, and like he's like breathing super heavy. So when he's like I am doing a backflip while singing like this, like you can tell it's not real. So it looks even dumber in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I thought Aladdin was okay. Jasmine was great. I'm glad they didn't make like. They gave her a song, which was kind of cool, but I'm glad they didn't give her like the awkward midriff. And I looked it up. Did you know that in the original Aladdin movie, that Aladdin is 18 and she's like 15, so it's totally illegal for them to marry and stuff.
Wait. No, but they're in.
It's a different time.
But they're in whatever country they are. That it's not illegal in other areas or other countries.
It's not illegal there.
That's not a law.
But we still look back in Middle Ages when people were marrying their sisters, like, yeah, it was kind of weird. But what are you gonna do?
Well, it was weird, but it wasn't a law, so you couldn't be put in jail for it.
Well, they were dead. But
so like Aladdin. Jasmine was 15. She was supposed to be 15 in that movie.
Yeah.
That's a joke, right?
Hey, it's what the wiki says, man. Wikipedia never lies.
No, it does. Why do you think your English teacher always says, "Oh, by the way, if you copy this off of Wikipedia, you're probably gonna fail"?
Why do you think I was arrested for plagiarism?
People change it. Yeah, exactly. But no, there's no way she was supposed to be 15 in that movie. She looked like she was like 25.
Yeah, I mean,
in that movie,
but
along with Aladdin, No, that's ridiculous.
So when in a movie like this, there's some classic like lovey-dovey, like go talk to the girl moments, which always gets me even to this day. I think maybe it's just me personally, but no matter how old I get, just the classic like nerd talking to the hot girl is like, I'm a nerd again.
Well, here's the problem. He's not a nerd.
He's a hottie. He's making people swoon.
Exactly. That's what's always so disappointing is these people are supposed to be poor. They're really good looking, so it's like, well, you defeated the purpose. So you're supposed to attend to our needs, the non-good looking people.
Yeah.
You're supposed to say, hey, if you're not good looking, personality is the way. But obviously you're saying, hey, you don't need money, you just need good looks.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
At least we have Adam Sandler. He's my real hero.
I mean, think about it. Have you seen like all the comments about this Benet guy when he does interviews and stuff? First of all, they've never done a live performance.
Who's Benet?
The Minay or Minah.
Masood?
Yeah.
Aladdin?
Yeah. First of all, I can't find a live performance of the dude. And the other stars of the Aladdin cast, they've done live performances. I wasn't able to find a live performance of him singing, which is why I don't think it was him. I mean, I think it was him singing, but I don't think
it was.
I think it was heavily auto-tuned
Troy
because
Bolton
of that
or whatever.
Yeah, Troy Bolton kind of esque because
in the original, as everyone knows, in the original High School Musical, Troy Bolton, whatever his name is from Baywatch, he had someone else sing for him the whole time.
I think this guy's saying. I just think they like mixed in something
possibly
because I would like to hear his real voice because that was so cringe.
I thought he was charming though. There was some heavy cringe, like that moment when Jasmine was just singing, but then like Thanosing people as she walked through stuff was really weird, right?
I don't even know what to say. I think we both had the same look at each other when that happened. Like the guards disappear, we look at each other like.
Are you seeing this?
Are you seeing?
It was weird. Like, it's a weird artistic choice to have her literally, like, turn to people to dust, walk forward all the way there, and then just to cut back to her, turn around, dramatically say, Naki, or whatever his name was. What was it? Hakim.
But here's the thing about that, though. So this movie was like 2 hours, right?
It
was
lengthy.
about 2 hours. They could have. All right. Here's my thing. They could have cut out that scene. That scene was a little weird, where she just comes in and she's like, Akeem, listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Hey, remember. And then he was like, oh, change of mind. And it's like, wait. He just made this guy the Sultan. That means he's in charge of you, bozo.
What do you expect? I don't know. But
I don't know. It first of all, could have cut out that scene. That was like a 5 to 10 minute scene.
So strange.
Could have cut that out.
So weird.
Could have cut that. That was just like, what the heck? They just wanted to add in the new song. I'm like, okay,
sure, why
add
not?
in your new song. But it was like, oh, you can't keep me silent. And then it's like, actually, he's got 3 wishes. He's got 3 wishes, but go ahead, keep singing, sweetie. But
it is kind of weird. She's like, I will never marry you. Oh, you're torturing my father. Yes, I will marry you. Good idea, Jafar. And it was like, okay, I guess that song was pointless, but it still was pretty good. She's a good singer. I think she is probably.
Oh, yes, she's fantastic. She was a great cast choice for it. I mean, she's married, so none of us have a chance. But
Aw.
that's what a lot of people say when they watch interviews. They're like, "Oh, Mana or whatever his face is with, oh Naomi, they'd be such a great couple." It's like they're married, bozo.
How dare you?
She's married to another dude, bozo. She's 26 and she's hot. You think she's not married by
Yeah.
now?
Tell me about it.
Good grief.
But yeah, so I thought all their interactions, the whole when he comes to Agrabah and he goes into the chamber room and he's like, "We brought you Jam, Space Jam, the movie on DVD and cassette. Here you go." That was pretty funny. I mean, it wasn't in the original.
Oh yeah.
That was pretty funny. The way he's like, "I want to buy you." I mean, no, slavery is bad. I mean, it was pretty funny.
It was funny because he screwed up as like, okay, do I have a shot now? Can I walk in there, pick her up? You know.
In my experience, it never does. But
But
I appreciate him trying.
like getting back to the casting job, Jasmine was good. Naomi Scott did a great job.
10 out of 10.
I mean, 10 out of 10. I kind of wish,
Say it.
I'm not
say
gonna
it.
say it.
Say
I'm
it.
not gonna
Say it.
Nothing.
Do it. Do it. Come on.
What?
Say it.
No.
You know what you want to say. Say
No,
it.
I don't know what I want to say.
I don't know either, but I want to know.
I wish you were more fierce with the tiger.
Whoa, easy, Timothy. She can be as fierce as she wants. She's an
I mean, I
independent
wish you
woman.
had been like, oh, bite his face off.
Yeah, there
That
was like,
tiger seemed way too nice.
yeah, she's like, what's his name? Manga? Mingy? But like, why didn't the tiger just attack Jafar? He's like, oh, a tiger's attacking me. I can't rub this lamp fast enough.
Yeah, honestly.
They said lamp and Prince so much in this movie. Man, I counted a lot.
Wait. You're surprised that they said Lamp and Prince a lot in this
I wasn't
movie?
that surprised, but like when you're counting them like I did, there were a lot.
One song is literally called Prince Ali.
Fabulous he. I know. In case you're listening, I actually was Jafar in the 2017 GFCA musical, so no big deal. But the Jafar in
You
this,
did. Oh, that was terrible.
Oh, shut up.
He was so bad.
The Jafar in this movie was terrible.
Okay, good. No, I'm not talking about your play. I'm talking about the
You better
Jafar
not.
from this movie was just awful.
He had like a weird buzz cut. He didn't like.
He looked like he had pubes all over his face. I mean,
It's called facial hair,
but
Timothy.
no, Jafar's supposed to have that little
Goatee. That's his main thing.
Yeah.
That's the one thing he had, and you couldn't get it right, Disney. You couldn't get it right.
Good.
Jasmine has a midriff. He has a goatee and a staff, and that's the whole movie.
And his face, he's supposed to look skinnier. He's not supposed to look like an ex-convict.
Yeah,
You know, he's not supposed to look great looking, but he's supposed to look like a snake. A snake
Yeah, and he
this
just
guy did not look like that.
looks like they just got like
Terrible
a
casting.
random janitor somewhere. Like, hey, you want to be in a movie? He's like, sure, why not?
Yeah, I mean, two. If there were two really bad casting choices, it was Aladdin and it was Jafar.
I can agree with Jafar. I think Aladdin was okay. 'Cause
It
it's
was
also,
okay, but it
it's-
wasn't good. And the whole point is to make it better.
It's also
so.
cool that it wasn't whitewashed and it was like an actual guy of like some color or whatever ethnic background he has. Also, that was kind of like a new person. I've never seen this actor before in my life, so it's kind of like a cool Rey from Star Wars, like a new person from nothing. It's kind of cool. I mean,
Exactly, which is why I hated it, is because it reminded me of that guy from Qui-Gon Jinn? No.
Rey from Star Wars. What do you think about it?
No. The new Darth Vader in this new
Kylo Ren or
Kylo Ren, yeah, remind me of. It's like he pulls off his mask, and you're like, "Who the heck
who's
is
this guy?
guy?"
He's kind of handsome. I don't know.
No, I never said that. I was like, "Who the heck is this guy?" They looked like they pulled him off the street.
Yeah,
Hey, you want
yeah.
a job, man? Here, come take it.
But it's
This
cool-
guy looked like that.
But it's cool that Chris Pratt wasn't the star of this movie, though. Like it wasn't just some A-list. They got like a
No,
person.
I don't want it to be, but I'm saying there are a lot better casting choices
What are you
for
gonna
a
do?
movie like this. What
The
am I going to
Sultan-
do? I'm not going to go watch it again.
Whoa! By the way, the Sultan was way too tall. He should have been 3 feet tall, like the movie
And he
was.
should have been fat.
They
He
should
should
have
have
gotten
been
Danny
fat.
DeVito.
That was
as
another bad casting
Sultan.
choice. The Sultan. He did. I saw him at first. I was like, "Is this Jafar?" Or I was like, "What? No!" And he's supposed to be like, "Oh, floop, floop." He's supposed to be, "Oh, Jasmine, good to see you."
I have a question. Are they ever gonna
Just
have a
terrible.
Disney movie where the mom's actually alive besides Brave? There's no Disney movie where anyone's mom's alive.
Wait.
Never. Cinderella, mom's dead, probably from cancer.
Oh,
Jasmine,
wow.
mom's dead from a tiger attack, most likely.
Wow.
To a bear.
Tangled. Her mom's
Tangled.
alive.
Her mom's alive. Dang it. What else we got here? We got Pocahontas. Her mom's dead, right? Maybe.
I don't know. I never saw
I
it.
never saw it either.
How about Mulan? Did you see that?
Mulan's mom is definitely dead.
Is she really?
I think so.
Oh, goodness.
Do you know what her mom was called?
No.
Moo Mom. I'm too funny.
Oh, gosh.
So sweet. Casting was pretty okay. There was
No, I'd give it like
C minus.
C. Yeah.
It's a passing grade.
I'd give it a C minus.
But also,
Actually, it's not.
there's a lot of controversy about Will Smith because he can't be as good as Robin Williams was. But Will Smith, he did a pretty good job. It was the CGI didn't look great on his face.
Yeah.
Like at one point, you could see like the drops going off his body because he just got wet recently with his blue body. But just his head and face looks really not good as like.
Did they have to paint him blue, or do you think that was all CGI?
That was all CGI, I bet.
Was it really?
If they painted in blue, that would be amazing, and it would have looked a lot better. But it would have been really weird looking.
If they had done that, it would have looked a lot better. Well, if they had gotten better casting, it might have been a better movie.
Oh, heyo. Sweet, so I think we're gonna move on from casting. Pretty good at the monkey. The monkey.
You never let me explain the singing though.
The
never
singing.
let me
Sorry,
finish
continue.
the singing. Okay.
Back to singing.
Jasmine, great singer.
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith,
You ain't never had a
surprising.
friend like me.
like I mean, he was. Let's just say he was good enough to get through it. Like not the best singer I've ever heard in my life. Clearly auto-tuned, but he was good enough to get through the movie. Better than Robin Williams? No.
Whoa.
Because
okay, yeah.
Robin
absolutely.
Williams, we all know, and you know, I respect Will Smith for this. Steven told me, my younger brother, he told me, well, you know, Will Smith wasn't going to take the role because he's like, I can't live up to Robin Williams.
No one can.
No one can. Obviously, no one can. But I mean, he stepped up to the plate. He did what he could with the role. It was good. It wasn't great.
A respectable performance.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't like that they remade it. They didn't need to remake it.
And you can never recapture what's already been captured.
Exactly. You know? So that's my problem. Why? It's disappointing. But he did what he could, and his singing.
I loved his Never Had a Friend Like Me. It was pretty good.
But there were some instances where he sounded like
really cool.
No, he sounded like he wasn't singing.
Just singing like
just
you
like
ain't never had a friend like me. Like
and
it's not really singing.
I know Robin Williams did a little bit of that, but it wasn't as obvious because it was obvious when Will Smith was doing it. Like you could just kind of tell, wow, he's not singing here. But he hit some half decent notes. He did it. He did it. That's what I'm saying. He was good enough to get through this movie.
Speaking of this movie, so
Aladdin was terrible.
Aladdin wasn't a great singer. I agree.
No, it wasn't terrible.
I really wish
just not a good choice.
I really wish Jafar had a song that way we could just bag on him more as a character.
Me too.
But
because all we can bash on is how he didn't look like the guy and all, and how his acting was really bad. We can't say, oh, he was a terrible singer because.
Sorry, I apologize. So moving on. So songs are pretty okay. I like the Street Rat one was pretty good. I love the pretty decent parkour and cinematography, if you will.
It was all right.
He had some sweet dance moves though. Good for him. So just
but that was during the dance scene though, right? You're not talking about like him running around the buildings. I mean, it was good.
Parkour.
It was like, He's like, you can do this.
It's like I can jump off a building too. It's not that hard.
He jumps from one building to the other. She's like, no, I can't do it. It's like, well, just get arrested, go back to the palace, and live your life. You know,
not high stakes. Sister.
I mean, it's like, come on, you don't have to save her.
Did you like how she gave like two random peasants bread off of like a thing? She's like, "Are you hungry? Here's some bread." And the guy's like, "What are you doing with my bread?" And she's like, "They were hungry." And he's like, "That's not your bread." And she's like, "Oh, here's some coins. Here's some coins. Thank you for your trouble." And he's like, "Oh, you paid me. Thank you." And they just go on their merry way. They made this big drama like, "You gave my bread away." And she's like, "Here, I just paid for it." He's like, "Oh, never mind. No conflict."
She didn't pay for it. Aladdin paid for it.
Well, she could have paid for it. It's like she doesn't have gold.
She apparently didn't have any coins. But I mean, the thing in that scene, it's always been, it's like, oh, well, I'm so sorry. Oh, princess. You know, it's like you can't tell that's a princess. You know. Now, apparently she's been in her kingdom a whole while, so I get that. But she's like, "Oh, you want coins? How about I call my guards? Guards!" And then they come and they cut the guy's head off.
Decapitate him.
I mean, it's like,
well, this Jasmine reboot's tough.
I'm so sorry, sir. I don't have any coins.
I only have 17.
Wait, you're the princess? You don't have any coins?
They didn't know. But generally, I liked all the deviations from the movie mostly. I loved how, like, she had, like, a really random, just, like, Caucasian handmaid that the genie was in love with. But that was kind of a funny plot line to go through. I thought it was pretty...
That was just weird.
It was weird. There was the weird moment where, Aladdin pretends to be, like, someone delivering tea. And she's like, yes, I am the princess. This is a thing we're joking and making fun of because Aladdin is an idiot.
How did that girl understand the hand signals? It was like she points at her wrist, and then she points at him, and she's like, oh, yes, I'm the princess. It's like, wait, you got that from that? Hey, I'm constipated. I got to go to the bathroom and get this guy out of here. Well, you got that from that?
How dumb is Aladdin? Because he's like, wait. This Caucasian 42-year-old woman, she's the princess. I'm like, dude, you live in Arabia, Agrabah, dude. You think this lady is the princess? You're an idiot.
That was...
Aladdin's a dummy.
I don't know what to say.
What other deviations are weird?
And then that one scene where Will Smith, he comes in, he's like, oh, these flowers... Oh, take these flowers. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. He's going to have to win the princess over something. Oh, you mean like giving her dad riches so he makes her marry him? I mean, he could do that, but, you know. But then he's like, here, take these flowers. So she gets the flowers, and then she's like, 1 second. And she shuts the door. First of all, if a girl shut the door in my face, I would feel like, oh, she doesn't like me. And I would walk away.
The genie is not giving up sort. I'll tell you that.
He's not. But when a girl shoves the door in your face, I mean, normally that's a signal of.
I think. Timothy, I think you've just been on the wrong side of too many doors, pal.
Maybe I have. Hey, maybe I should have stayed there at all the doors and waited for the girls to open again.
Definitely. I've been trapped outside with too many windows, if you know what I mean. But sweet, so there was a really weird cut in that scene, too, where Lady Bird, whatever, Dahlia, she throws the flowers at Jasmine, but she's obviously like 50 feet away, so they cut to a quick cut of Jasmine grabbing him from midair. So it's like, yeah, no way.
Oh, I didn't see that. Did they do that?
Flowers can't make that shot, ladies. Come on, people. But overall, I thought it was a pretty okay movie. Like, it was pretty flashy. There were some scenes where, like, the genie was in the desert, and he was, like, just freaking out and making so many, like, swooshes in the air and running towards the camera and lighting sand on fire. I'm like, this is a lot to put in my face right now.
Yeah.
Like a Michael Bay movie. But overall, all of his magic stuff was pretty cool. I was hoping he would floss at one point, but he didn't.
And then the way they got out of the cavern or whatever, the way they got out of the cave, I mean, it was so cool how they did in the first one because he turns into a cannon or something, and he just blows out with Aladdin with them, and they just go out so cool.
Oh, yeah.
And in this one, it was just like, twirly, we're out. It's like, wow, that was disappointing.
Also, can you remind me when in this movie, Aladdin 2019, he gets saved by the genie underwater by the genie signing a paper with his corpse to make his second wish to save him from water. What was that thing in the original movie where his second wish was being saved by a genie? You know what I mean? Because Jafar tried to kill him. Do you remember that from the animated movie?
Repeat.
So Jafar in this movie,
the animated one, he says, hey, let me save you, and he's drowning. So the genie opens his mouth for him and moves it, and as if it's a wish, and then saves him. So
okay.
There was no... I don't think there was writing. The genie might have written down something, but I'm pretty sure the genie was like, speak to me. And then he was like, oh, please, wish me, let me, save me. And then,
okay.
I wish to let you save you. Oh, you wish to let me save you? And then he takes him up.
It's interesting, but overall, it was okay, I thought. I mean, I thought I was going to hate this. We should have seen Dumbo. We would have been able to tear that apart more fun. But
I can tear this movie apart.
It's just okay. I mean, it's not... Also, I loved we got the most laughs probably when Aladdin freed the flying magic carpet. He's like, "Hey, look, is that the lamp all the way to the top of that spire? Better start climbing. Not like I have a magic carpet I can just fly on." Which is kind of dumb because why would you climb when you can just fly a carpet?
And they do it in the animated movie too, right?
He's climb it?
Yeah, he climbed the whole thing, and it's like, oh, I sure wish I had a magic
Something
carpet
I could
lying
fly.
around. Yeah, that's kind of funny.
Hoo boy.
And then that moment where he's like, "Boy, give me the lime," and he's like, take my hand." He's like, "No, give me the lime first." It's like,
I'm just gonna stay here for a while.
and you still give him the lamp. Like, if you didn't have that monkey, you'd be dead, man.
You would be dead.
You would be dead. Like, oh yeah, you want the lamp? You're not gonna save me. You'd rather have the lamp? Oh, here, take it.
You know what? Aladdin is an idiot. Remember, he's walking through that bazaar, and like a very shadowy figure like grabs him in the street while he's walking through a bunch of turbans or something, and he's like, "Hey, watch where you're going, pal." And he's like, "Hey, wait, I just got pickpocketed by my arch villain," because he flashbacks. Because like, dude, you what? You would do what? I thought you were gonna pickpocket her, but apparently not.
Yeah, that was. I don't know.
But
and then I've always hated the scene where Jafar is like, "Oh, I shall ban you," and he bans him into the snow or whatever. And Aladdin, first of all, if you're wearing a no-sleeve shirt in that weather, obviously, I'm pretty sure he sent him to the coldest part of the earth.
he's dead.
How are you not dead? He was literally. I mean, he walked for about 5 to 10 minutes.
You get
would
hypothermia
freeze.
in like 6 seconds, so
Exactly. You would have frozen.
At least
you
a few
wouldn't have been
toes.
able to move. For unless he banished him to, this is just Russia. This is like
Mother Russia.
Yeah, this wasn't even the coldest part of Russia. We just kind of we sent you to the tropical snow. The tropical snow. We sent you there.
That weird Russian prince, by the way, he was pretty funny and weird. I was hoping he got mauled by that tiger, but apparently he didn't.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that thing bit his hand off. I was yeah.
Because in the original, doesn't like a prince walk away from Jasmine like in the first scene?
Wait, that guy wasn't Russian, was he?
He looked Russian. He had a Russian hat and he was white. But in the original movie, isn't there a scene where like the prince is walking away from Jasmine and like his underwear is ripped or something? And it's like I heart underwear.
Oh
or whatever.
yeah, that was funny.
And then her father's like Holmes, and you can't do that, Jasmine. But a few more additions I like this movie is a kind of a better representation of, I mean, I assume a better representation of Arab culture, of all the cool dancing that happened at that party.
I do love that style of dancing.
Along with the parade,
that
was pretty good. The Prince Ali song, I really liked. It was pretty good.
I watched a movie with that type of dancing. I can't remember what it was, but I was like,
Slumdog Millionaire.
It's something like that. But I was like,
Karate
man,
Kid
why
3.
couldn't we? No, I was like, why couldn't we have done this at our prom? I love that style of dancing. I don't know what it is. I could watch it all day. I wish I could do it. I don't know. It's awesome.
It's cool.
I love that style.
It's cool
of dancing.
because it doesn't feel like cultural appropriation or something where it's like, hey, this is Arabia, but everyone has an English accent and eats weird baguettes from France.
And I mean, the
you know?
music is obviously pretty, and so I mean, that's like, which is why I love the movie. Is because that's like my
The original?
favorite. The original is because that's what I mean. I love that style. That kind of, I don't know why. I just do. I love that style of dancing. I wish I could dance like that without looking like a complete and utter fool.
Yeah, some of the music was pretty good throughout. The CGI,
except for the singing, but I mean, otherwise, yeah.
The CGI on Jafar was atrocious. It looked so bad when he became genie. It looked so dumb. And that weird.
Well, what'd you expect?
I don't know.
At least they didn't make him the snake.
I was expecting it to be terrible, and it was. It was pretty funny. I'm also glad there wasn't that really dicey moment that happened where, like, where was it? Like, Jasmine is trying to trick Jafar, like, in her sensual, like, red dress that he puts on her. And she was like, Jafar, maybe I will kiss you. And then Genie's, like, jaw drops to the floor.
Oh, yeah.
That happened in the animated. I was really hoping that would not. Because can you imagine how cringy that'd be for a real person? She's, like, wearing a bikini all of a sudden, like, Star Wars, like, Princess Leia style. Like, that would have been really awkward in this day and age.
That would have been, yeah.
Hey, Jafar. That would have been very cringy.
And she wouldn't have been able to do it because her outfit wasn't skimpy enough.
Well, I'm just glad that he didn't like use his magic to put her in a Princess Leia bikini.
Which is actually probably the only thing I appreciate about this movie is that Jasmine actually wasn't dressed skimpily. She actually wore some pretty great outfits.
She'd probably be hot. I bet she'd be hot in Arabia, but
yeah, probably. Which is why they would wear something like the one from the original. I feel like is more like what they would wear than what she wore in this movie.
From the original. So you think that like during these Arab times or whatever that she would wear like a midriff and stuff?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it's so hot.
I agree, yeah.
I feel like that, and like it's more of a
Cultural.
it's more of a it's more of a kind of, it's like the dancing. It's kind of like it's seductive
Whoa.
without meaning to be. It's just kind of
Interesting.
like that. You're not meaning to do it. It's just kind of part of your culture. That's what makes it so awesome.
Good outfits, though. Pretty good outfits.
Good outfits. Yeah, they're great outfits. And I think her outfit was good in this movie.
So
All of them.
overall, I was semi/pleasantly surprised, but at the same time,
Were you really?
I was. It was okay. It was okay. But
Okay, so basically, on your meter, from 1 to 100, you had you were expecting a 2 and you got a 10.
no, I was expecting a 0, but I got a 6.5. So
Out of 100. Wow.
no. So a 65 out of 100 then.
So your expectations were so low that when you saw this movie, you were actually.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, see, my expectations were okay, they better make this better. They better.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And I was like, okay, you ruined it. That's why I say you ruined it, is because to me, my expectations were you're remaking this thing. You better make it better, or I will be livid. Will I do anything about it? No, of course not. But
I'm going to write every single Disney executive. You stole my Aladdin.
yeah, I will be mad at Disney. I will not go back to Disney.
What can we do? Disney owns everything we love. Disney owns bloody Deadpool. They own Avengers.
Do they really?
They own everything Fox owns because Disney bought out Fox. So we have no choice but to watch every Disney movie until we die or the sun burns
I
out.
don't have to watch any of them.
You have to.
Make me watch them.
You have to.
I mean, I didn't have to watch this movie. I was just like, okay, listen, you're taking a big step here. This is Aladdin. This isn't your baby's diaper that you're like, oh, it'll be all right. We'll just slap some baby powder on the. No. If you were doing this movie, you better make it good. They didn't do it. I was like, well, you failed. Great job. Everyone a part of this movie, you're all a bunch of failures except for Will Smith.
What do you want to see from Disney in the next 5 years? From any kind of
What do I
princess
wanna
movie
see?
or reboot or
I want to see them
remake.
stop making movies.
Never gonna happen, pal.
Never gonna happen. What would I like to see from them? Maybe come up with some, I don't know, some more
Original stuff.
Yeah, no dip, but I mean,
Original good stuff.
original good stuff. But I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of stories you can make that are kind of princessy. Then, and the prince. The poor boy comes and
Oliver Twist.
yeah, Oliver Twist. I
2022.
mean, I feel like there's a lot of stuff. I feel like if you gave me 3 to 4 weeks, I couldn't write a full script, but I feel like I could write a pretty good idea for maybe not even 3 weeks, maybe a week. If you gave me a full week where I had nothing else to do, you were like, come up with a good idea. I feel like I could come up with a better one than, hey, let's make a couple live action
Remakes,
movies.
yeah.
Yeah, let's make a bunch of live actions off of these.
Because there's so many ideas in this wide world that, why don't we just get Kevin Feige, put him in a closed door room for 12 weeks, get him some cocaine and some pencils and paper, and see him write an amazing masterpiece of cinema. It's a shame.
I mean, if you're really a good writer, if Disney's really hiring the best writer, they would have someone. They would have guys better, smart enough to tell them, listen, stop.
Dumbo's a bad idea.
This is a bad idea. And I feel like Aladdin should have been one of those. They're like, listen, making a live action of this is a bad idea.
Maybe we should get Will Smith, the guy from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
My sister
No,
said,
that's a bad idea.
yeah, my sister said she loved it. And the audience score, which means most to them, because that means they're going to make more money depending on who goes and sees it. I mean, most of them are really
idiots like us.
Well, no, are teenage girls. I mean, we went to the theater. It was like a mom and her daughters, a few other daughters. I mean, I don't think I saw another boy in there besides you and I. And there were a few people in there. I'm pretty. My sister's boyfriend or whatever, he would not have gone to see this movie if she hadn't made him go see it.
Nope.
So, I mean, what I'm basically saying is the audience score is pretty much a bunch of little teenage girls whose this was their dream movie. For me, because they're not being realistic. It's kind of like Spider-Man to me. It's like, and it was proven to me a few weeks ago when I was talking with Marissa. You know Marissa, right?
I do know her, Mr. Brown. Hello.
And she was like, she had not seen a single Marvel movie, and she watched Marvel's Avengers Endgame, didn't understand a lick. Saw Tom Holland, was like, he's my favorite. He's my favorite actor ever. I was like, oh, really? What'd you like about him? He's so cute. Oh, really? Did you like any of his acting? He's so
Like a personality?
He's so good looking. I was like, did you know that I'm pretty sure he's 5'7"? Well, now that's ruined.
Not my type.
She's like, I can't wear heels with him, so no. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oof, Timothy dropping some harsh
but
truths.
it proved my point. It was like, people only like this Tom Holland guy because they know these little teenage girls are like, oh, he's so cute. And then they walk in and watch the movie.
I mean, I was drawn to this movie by Naomi Scott. Am I guilty of this?
No.
Why not?
Wait. You were drawn to this movie because of Naomi Scott?
Why not?
Really?
I don't know.
That was the only reason.
It wasn't my only draw, but you can make the same comparison. Oh, I love Scarlett Johansson so much, I decided to go see Scarlett Johansson in Avengers Endgame.
I'm saying I've never done that.
Okay.
And I don't know. When I go to see a movie, I'm not seeing it for one specific person. I think Naomi Scott's beautiful, but I did not go to watch this movie because she was in it.
Oof.
That's with a lot of girls.
What about Chris Hemsworth?
Chris Hemsworth?
I think you'd see anything.
No,
Chris
I'm not
Hemsworth.
going to see Men in Black.
Oh.
I'm not. I'm telling you, I don't care who you are. I'm not going to watch it if it looks stupid. And Men in Black looks dumb. I was like, why'd you have to remake this? And they did. Chris Hemsworth, I don't know. The Ghostbusters with the women, I slept through half of that.
I thought you loved that movie.
No, my dad's like, hey, it was actually really funny. I was like, just gouge my eyes out, please.
Oh.
And so I watched half of it, and Chris Hemsworth comes out, and he is just an idiot. And I'm like, well, Chris Hemsworth, it's a good thing you're Thor, because I would hate you otherwise.
Man, I need to have a cast of you and Emily and my sister, who's a strict feminist, and I love you so much, man. This is so great. But I agree. Women are all monsters. My opinion is...
No.
I'm just kidding.
Saying
I'm just
that's
kidding.
The reason.
That's the reason.
That's the
okay.
reason that audience scores so high. Just like Spider-Man
All right.
Homecoming, which was an average movie, got a 97. Is because they saw, oh, he's so cute.
Hey, but I like Spider-Man Homecoming. Do you know why? Because Zendaya's hot. I'm just kidding. Proving my own point here, boys. But back to me and my podcast.
Well, no, maybe you're a woman for all I know.
Is that I want to see Disney make a super dope all princesses team up Avengers movie. You have bloody Moana as a waterbender. You have Elsa as an ice bender. You have Pocahontas as an archer. You have Brave person as an archer. You have Mulan as a swordswoman. I want to see an Avengers team up of all the princesses because it happened for 2 seconds in Wreck-It Ralph 2, and it would be awesome.
They've already done that.
They have?
You doofus.
What? When? Where?
They've made plenty of team-up Disney princess movies and stuff.
Where?
Just go on Disney Channel.
No. I'm talking a full feature-length, 2 hours and 32-minute long Avengers team-up style.
What the heck would they do with that? First of all, they had Once Upon a Time.
That was dumb. Didn't make any sense. I don't want to see...
A lot of people like that show, and that was pretty much all Disney characters.
I don't want to see live action. I want to see just an animated remake that has all these characters in them. No, not remake. An animated movie that has all these characters in them.
I mean, I'm not like... Oh, that's a terrible idea, but I'm like, why?
Because I saw in Wreck-It Ralph 2 for 6 seconds, and it was dope. I want to see a full feature-length movie.
You want to see a full feature-length movie of, like, no Disney princes.
Oh, I don't care about them.
Disney princesses.
All I want.
Who would they...
What would
be the plot?
They would probably fight some generic guy or woman with a goatee. Either gender can have goatees, but they'll be evil. They'll probably have horns and they'll have black hair. But it'll be sweet. It would be awesome.
I don't know what plot you would make, what songs you would do.
We'll choose something. I don't know, but
I don't know. That's a really like crazy idea. Like it's not a bad idea, but it's a crazy idea.
I want Disney to either make a really racist Dumbo movie, or I want to see Disney fail very terribly and stop making remakes, or do a super duper awesome team up of all women in Star Wars, Marvel, Disney, and.
Well, Disney has already failed miserably in my eyes. They just haven't failed in teenage girls' lives who want to keep saying, "Oh, these movies were actually really great." And it's like, no, they really weren't. I mean, come on now.
All right.
I was listen. Okay, let's say you had to spend the rest of your life watching the live action ones or the animated ones. Had to watch them on a continuous loop the rest of your life. Which ones would you pick? If you pick the live action ones, I've lost all respect.
You're a
for
teenage girl.
No, I don't know a lot of people who would say, oh, I would rather watch the. Now, I did ask my sister, I was like, so if you had to watch Aladdin animated or Aladdin live action, which one would you watch? She said live action. I was like, why do I even talk to you anymore? I was.
Oof.
She was like, and she's a big Aladdin lover too, which is why I was so surprised when she comes home. She was like, oh, it was really good. And I was like, really? Really?
Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, grab your calendars because this marked the day when harsher words had never been spoken. So let's go back to our game of ET here. So that's any final thoughts about Aladdin or anything else you want to talk about? I was better, Jafar, I think.
Wait, we're done critiquing the movie?
Well, I want to get through our game of ET so we can go over our scores.
Okay, go over ET.
All right, scores of ET, which of course is every time something happens in movies.
Let me think first. We went over the bad casting. We went over
sync songs.
The songs. They used most of the same songs.
Some of the story.
We talked about
weird.
That one scene where
she Thanos everybody.
Yeah, where she
singing.
Thanos everybody, and then she walks right back. It was like, what was
power
the
of
point of
song.
that again?
I don't know.
And then
what else happened?
what are some other? And then we talked about how Jafar was really bad.
Oh, question: when Genie makes all those people appear for the Prince Ali song, are those all just weird astral projection slaves who are made to do these great dance numbers and they just disappear and dissipate into thin air? Are those paid actors that Genie pays regularly and gives them good fair work hours, or are they just people he conjures up from nothing?
Probably just pops up from nothing. I mean, in the
Do
movie, they all look the same.
Do they have
No.
lives?
No, they're like, he created them for one purpose, to serve.
He created life to make it to serve one purpose in a dance number? That's pretty cruel.
Pretty cruel. How?
He created life and made them do his bidding.
They're
projections of his
power. I mean, he can make someone and then he makes them disappear. They're not actually going to live life.
Okay.
They're there with that mindset of one purpose.
I get it. So at least both the men and women in his projections get equal pay. Am I right? Oh, let's get out of here. But a game of ET.
Wait. How do you know?
Because if he's all the same person, the male and females who are dancers, and they're all the genie, then he probably pays himself equally.
How dare you? How dare you assume?
All right, the ET. So every time Prince is said, I'll say that one last. It's crazy. Okay, every time Jasmine hates misogyny or rejects a man, I feel guilty about that one. It was Timothy's idea.
It wasn't my idea. My words were every time she rejects a man, because she does in the animated movie.
Does.
She rejects Jafar like 4 times. She rejects Aladdin once. She's like, bloop, 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 hits him with his hat. I said the times when she rejects princes.
Okay.
And
so
you said, oh, when she calls out misogyny. I was like,
let's make it
why?
the same thing.
I was like, why?
So I counted 3, and you guessed 5. I guessed 6, so you were closer. That's 1 for Timothy. Kashook.
Whoa, there were only 3?
There are probably more, but you got closer.
Okay.
I'm giving this to you, man. You're welcome.
You did give that to me, because I think I can name 7.
But times they go off script, I can never count that many times.
That was it. I mean, that was it was so funny. We watched we were like, is this a good one? And then we're like, we'll try it. And then we walk in, and the first scene, we're like, yep, they changed it. Never mind.
Yep.
We're not going to be able to keep up with this.
P.S. I did think it was cute how that Caucasian lady, Delilah, whatever her name was, married the genie and stuff and had 2 little cute kids. But she listed all of her demands really strangely. She was like, we're going to have a boat, and we're going to have 2 kids, and you're going to be my husband and my select. Like, whoa, lady, I just met you, okay?
It's like the genie said, though. Everyone, by the time they get the lamp, they kind of know what they want to wish for. She knows what she wants.
I guess it's good having a woman who knows what she wants, but she was very upfront, like, I want this, and you're going to be this. I'm like, whoa, okay, I'm a free bird, lady.
Wait, and you're shocked by that? Isn't that how the real world works?
Whoa, here we go. Women are great. Moving on. So we can't ever count how many times it went off script. Genie poofs. Genie.
How many times did that happen?
Genie poofed a lot. I counted 5, which I feel like is inaccurate anyway. Let's just discount that one because you won.
Depends on what you consider poofing.
He poofed and swirled a lot.
If you're talking about when he comes out of the lamp, about 5 times. If you're counting times where he's like, pew, or with his fingers, and he's like,
Yeah.
"Phew," then no, there was at least 12, maybe
Let's just
more.
discount that one because you won anyway. Okay.
Did I really?
Every time a song happens, 5 times there were reprisals. So when Aladdin went like street rat, scoundrel, blah blah, reprisal, that's a reprisal, so it doesn't count as a new song, right?
Yes.
So there were 5 songs. There was Arabian Nights, Street Rat, Jasmine Song, Prince Ali, and Magic Carpet Ride. 5. I guessed 7. You guessed 8. That's 1 point for Drew.
Wait.
Badoosh.
Wait. There's only 5. There's only 4 actual songs in the animated movie?
I guess so. There was Arabian Nights, there's Street Rat, there's Prince Ali, and there's Magic Carpet Ride. 4. Oh, they never had Friend Like Me, right?
Yeah.
Wait, so that's
And
1.
Prince Ali.
I said Arabian Nights, Street Rat, Jasmine Song, Prince Ali, Magic Carpet Ride, Never Had a Friend Like Me. That's 6. Right? That's 6. Sweet. I still won.
No. There is Arabian Nights,
Here we go, folks.
Legend of the Lamp,
Legend of the
One
Lamp.
Jump Ahead,
This is the real movie, not
Friend
the animated.
Like Me,
Not the animated.
Prince Ali. You didn't count A Whole New World, did you?
I did count New Whole New World.
Wait, read them off again.
Okay, this is the one that happened in the live. This is insanity. The one that happened in the live action movie we just watched: Arabian Nights, Street Rat, Jasmine Song, Prince Ali, Never Had a Friend Like Me, Magic Carpet Ride. The 6 songs that happened.
That's A Whole New World, not a Magic Carpet Ride.
Okay, whatever
You
it's
dumb
called.
nut.
Okay, there were 6. I guess 7. You guess 8. That's 1 for Drew. Looks good. All right. So lamp. Every time they said the word lamp in this movie, there were 30 times someone said lamp in this movie. You guessed 15. I guessed 10. Another one for Timothy. The score is currently.
We only guessed 15
Yeah,
and 10?
You guessed 15. I guessed 10. You were way higher. We should have guessed higher. So
we should have.
the
That
current-
was some terrible guessing.
The current score is Timothy at 2, Drew at 1. Every time wish is said. Oh, man. 44 times wish was said.
Really? Wow.
You guessed 20. I guessed 19. Gosh darn it. The current score is Timothy 3, Drew 1. Every time princess is said.
What did I even say for this one?
The real count is 25 every time princess is said. Timothy guessed 20. Drew guessed 23. Up and down. Another point for Drew.
Mm-hmm.
The score is currently Timothy 3, Drew 2. The final one, which could be a tiebreaker or a tie maker. Every time Prince is said. It happened 56 times in this movie, which is a lot.
So basically, whoever guessed higher.
Yeah, Timothy guessed 30. I guessed 26. Dang it!
Yeah!
Ah,
Taking the dub.
Jeez. Final score, Timothy 4, Drew 2. Yikes.
Even though we did it, you got to get it exactly right. But if we were doing it closest, then I won.
we can't do it exactly right. There's no way. We have to do it closest.
But I'm saying the only way we're ever going to actually bet money on it or something is if we're doing it exactly right.
We're never going to bet money on it. We're kidding
Exactly.
ourselves.
We're not good. We don't
Also,
have the money to do that.
If I ever won playing it the way we just played, you'd be like, well, that's not fair because we have to guess the exact number.
No, the only thing I'm like, because didn't they use all the songs from the original?
Mm. But sweet.
There's only 6 songs? I thought there was much more.
Well, I was counting Jasmine's song. Oh, wait, you're talking about, wasn't it like Magic of a Lamp was one or something?
Yeah, but if you count out
You can look into your past mistakes of the Aladdin animated version.
I just thought there were, no, my past mistakes. No, I just thought there were more songs.
Gotcha. Well, sweet. So that's our game of E.T. for Aladdin 2019.
I take the dub.
Good job. That's
because I know the movie. So.
Starting the summer, Timothy 1, Drew 0. So sweet. I think that wraps up just about everything.
Are we done critiquing the movie? Because I feel like I could throw it under the bus.
All right. Oh, give us another one. Come on, give us an example. What'd you hate?
What I hate? Let's see. I hated the parrot. He was kind of annoying. I know they're trying to make it live action, but he wasn't near as funny in the movie as he was in the...
Jafar! Hey,
Yeah,
I talk like this because I'm a New Yorker.
He could do so much more. Or the old man, the Sultan, when he comes out, oh, one little cracker, you little man. That's the best part.
That was the best part.
And they cut it. It was like, oh, no. Okay, that's one. Second, Jafar doesn't turn into a snake. What?
He turned into a snake?
In the animated, and it was awesome. It was the coolest. It was like turns into a snake. I was like, wow, I wish I could. It was such a. That's what he's supposed to. He's supposed to be like a snake, you know.
So,
Maleficent is supposed to be a dragon. He's supposed to be like a slithering snake because he sneaks under people.
Genie never became. I was hoping Genie would become red when he became evil, but he never did.
Genie never becomes evil.
Genie gets red in the animated movie at one point.
Yes, that was Jafar, not Genie.
But Genie was red at one point.
No, Genie was never red.
He was too.
No, Jafar
We're
was
looking
the
at
red
right
Genie.
now on the YouTubes. Keep talking. Keep bashing. I'll look it up.
So the snake doesn't turn into the snake. That was a disappointment because that was instead what happened. I was hoping at this.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I did.
I turned on the ABC Family clip. All right, here's it, baby. Where is it, baby? Where is it? Keep going. What'd you hate?
So I thought when he got the big sandstorm that like ripped the carpet in two. I thought when he did that, I thought he was gonna turn into the snake, and he didn't, and I was thoroughly disappointed. Let's see. Had a few other things. Let me think.
I think you're right, by the way.
That Genie doesn't turn red? I'm pretty sure the only red Genie in there was the Jafar one. He turns red and then disappears into the cup. And in the movie, in the animated version, the Genie flicks him off. He flicks that to a place no one can find him, and in the live-action movie, he sends him back to the cave, and I was like, everyone knows where this cave is, so they're all going to go back and get it.
Oh, yeah.
It's not going to be another 1,000 years before they get this stupid... And then... so that wasn't a big deal, but that I'm just kind of naming things.
The ocean.
I'm just kind of naming things that are like, That
was really weird. Aladdin, besides being an idiot, he stole his monkey stole Jasmine's bracelet, which happened to be her mom's. And then when he met her again, he gave her back her bracelet and then stole like the back of her hairpin. He's like, "Okay, I'll see you tomorrow." Like, you didn't have to steal that. Like, it's like Timothy, "Hey, can I borrow $5? I'll see you tomorrow, pal. I'll give it back to you then." Like, I'm not gonna need that money back.
Yeah, honestly, I would have like, guards.
Yeah, kill this man.
He stole my hairpin. But that was, I don't know, that was so weird. There was one. Well,
we gotta wrap up. What are the grievances?
Oh yeah, in the very first part, of the movie, they really rushed this scene where the lion is like, oh. I mean, it was like the theme song.
The diamond in the rough.
Yeah, but he didn't even say that in the first part. It just zooms down to Jafar, and then a guy walks in and just gets crushed. Like, it wasn't even as nice as the animated one. Like, in the animated one, sand just buries him. In this one, the man got crushed by like a rock.
I would absolutely want to die by a rock than drowning in sand. Are you crazy?
Seriously?
If a rock crushes me, my head, I get knocked out immediately.
Yeah,
but if sand
drowns you, then you go down and you get the lamp.
I think those people in the beginning of the animated movie got drowned by sand brutally.
Well, all right, whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. And then another thing, Aladdin, when he's walking, first of all, sand takes him down, and he hits the step. First of all, the way he hit that kind of looks like you would have broken your back at that point.
That's the trouble with the movie,
He just kind of gets up, walk it off. But then, okay, so he walks down.
Iron Man can't survive that fall.
This is supposed to be like a kingdom of treasure. You know what I mean? And he walks down there, and it just looks like Gollum's cave with a few coins in it. It was like, I thought this was supposed to be like National Treasure when they walk in and you see gold and you're like
The Hobbit, like there should be
and you're like, oh my gosh.
It should be like the Desolation of Smuag, where like the smog is like, oh, like there were just like a trillion gold pieces. But I don't know.
I mean, because when I was like, man, if I was walking down there, I wouldn't have been that tempted. I would have walked down there and I would have been like,
there's only a billion coins.
I would have been like, okay, 3 wishes, 1 to wish for pretty much all this and 4 times as much. I would have been like, yeah, I don't really need this money. So, it wasn't as tempting. I was like, that's not that tempting. Ooh, I found a jewel in a necklace. Well, guess what, bud? You're gonna be able to wish for it. So stop.
Well,
You know?
he didn't know that at the time.
Yeah, they did. They knew the lamp was gonna be powerful. The fact that a guy comes in and tells you don't touch anything except the lamp means that thing is going to be much better than anything you touch. But there are a lot of people who are like, oh, let me touch now. But that's when it's really tempting. And I'm saying that cave was not tempting.
Not tempting enough for
That
ya.
was kind of lame.
2019 Aladdin, not tempting enough.
And then
We're almost at
you
an
seem-
hour
you-
15 here.
Yeah,
What we got?
you seem about ready for me to quit. I'm at this point.
I know
I'm
you're
just,
this angry.
No, I'm just bashing at this point. I'm just bashing.
We're kicking a dead horse here.
I apologize to all the Aladdin people. I appreciate you guys. If either of us ever get famous and people are like, yeah, let's go pull up past stuff to ruin people's lives, you know.
Yeah, this guy
Listen-
wants to become a Republican Democrat. No, not gonna happen. He hates women.
He wants to be a Grammys show host. No, let's
Kevin Hart has bad tweets. What do you know?
Yeah, let's just pass. Basically,
Yes.
I mean,
Thank you for
it
listening.
was average.
My
It
name
was
is Drew
average.
Johnson.
I don't think I'll watch it again. I may watch it again, just because my parents are gonna.
If you pay for it, yeah, I'll watch it.
Exactly. If they pay for
So,
it, I'll go and
signing
get a
off-
nice nap on the
Signing
couches.
off, I give Aladdin 6.5 out of 10. My name is Drew Johnson.
Wait, you don't want me to give my grade?
And Timothy, you'd give your score
Um,
of
actually, I thought 56% was actually a good score, so I'll do 5.6 out of 10.
So you are.
I'm Timothy. I'm not gonna say my last name.
Oh, so
Then people will know how to find me.
people don't track you down.
Yeah, they
I'm
will.
pretty sure I said it. But sweet, I'm Drew,
Timothy.
and we're out.
Peace.
Thanks for listening.
Hey.
Hey-oh.
Don't watch Aladdin.